Oh, yes.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking a look at the new MOTU Origins Teela figure. Teela is part of the first wave of this Origins collection, and one of two female characters in that wave, the other one being Evil-Lyn. And those two characters happen to share a body type, much like He-Man and most of the male characters. So you're going to see a lot of similarities between those two. So if you've seen my reviews before, you know how this goes. We're going to take a look at Teela's packaging, then we'll open it up, get a quick glance at her comic, and then we'll see Teela herself, get a chance to check out her posability, play around with the accessories, be doing some group shots and comparisons today, and then at the end of the video, I'll give my final thoughts. So Teela comes in your standard MOTU Origins packaging for single figures, which is just a recreation of the original Masters of the Universe packaging. And you can see her here in her little blister bubble thing. And if you're not familiar with the Teela figure, you might really be noticing this big cobra hood that's strewn over her head and the front of her chest there. That's something that wasn't used in the actual cartoon. And the reason for that is if you look at her title here, she's the Heroic Warrior Goddess. So when she was first conceived, she was conceived as some type of Athenian goddess, hence the battle gear there. And she was supposed to be the heroic counterpart to Evil-Lyn, which was the evil warrior goddess. Now those characterizations didn't pan out in the cartoon, and Evil-Lyn was just a sorceress, and Teela was a captain of the guard, so still a warrior, just not really at the goddess level. So this does make her toy very interesting because it's a very different conceptualization of Teela's character. So let's go ahead and turn this around here. We get our artwork and flavor text on the back, on the top. And you can see Teela fighting Merman in what appears to be the royal court. She's got her snake armor on. She's got a shield, a little snake staff that the toy comes with. You can see He-Man and one of the guards looking on, as Merman is, looking in like surprise as she knocks him out. And then, interestingly, you have a king and queen here, who I'm assuming are supposed to be, Adam's parents, He-Man's parents, though they look very, very different from their, finalized designs. Even the designs used, like, in the pack-in comics here, they're much older looking, not quite as, barbarian-like in Randor's case, where he, has the whole, like, loincloth and boots combination that all the dudes just rock in Eternia for some reason. So that is very interesting, seeing these characters, in a very different depiction from, how they're typically depicted as much younger. The flavor text that you can kind of barely see in the corner there, because it's just kind of plastered all over Merman's armor. It says, as captain of the Royal Guard, Teela fiercely fights to protect Eternia alongside He-Man. Now, I wonder, was that flavor text used on the original packaging? Because it kind of contradicts the whole warrior goddess thing. You would think a goddess would be above being captain of the guard. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if that was part of it or not. You get your kind of how-tos here. You fit her magical staff into her hand. Again, staff playing into the whole goddess thing. And then twisted and powerful battle positions, which is what they put on almost all of these. Then you get your other Wave 1 cross-sells. You get He-Man, Teela naturally, Man-at-Arms. And then on the evil side, you get Skeletor, Evil-Lyn, and Beastman. Still trying to find a Beastman for a good price. So if anyone knows one, hook me up, man. So the same, familiar thing on the back. Artwork, how-to, cross-sells. So, yep, that's Teela's packaging. Now let's go ahead and open her up. And I can't wait to play with her because she's got a lot of cool accessories and stuff. All right, we start with the mini comic, and it's the same one that came with all the other Wave 1 figures, Beast Barrage. So, not going to spend too much time on it, just flip through it. It's got the familiar beats of the Filmation He-Man cartoon. Pretty decent artwork there. And then just some cross-sells on the back. And here we get Teela with her accessories laid out beside her. And you can see that Teela is just a new head recolor of the Evil-Lyn figure. Or, vice versa, depending on which one you consider coming out first. So they got the exact same body, the same, style outfit, all that. Just Teela has a more natural flesh tone as opposed to Evil-Lyn's strange yellow skin. And then her garments are done in a much more regal white and gold instead of the different shades of blue. So overall, I think she looks really nice. I love the design. It's very regal looking. You know, she really holds up to that like warrior goddess title that she has. In fact, she reminds me of Athena, which is probably intentional, right? She does look like the goddess Athena, or you know how a lot of interpretations of her are. So I really dig her. She's got the same posability that Evil-Lyn does, which means she gets those really high kicks and outward kicks and all that. Got the really nice wrist hinge that can move easily, and then she's got all the other, you know, bells and whistles and all that fun stuff too, which is good. And then this is, you know, kind of just her standard form. And you can go ahead, you give her the staff, which is pretty cool. You can give her the shield, which just kind of clips into her hand there, like so. It doesn't hold in very well, it tends to pop out, so just be mindful. And you can just have this as your standard Teela, right? Or you can attach her little cobra hood adornment thing. And that's because, you know, this figure, it serves two purposes. It serves as the character Teela, who, you know, was invented kind of a little bit further down in the concepts, but it also functions as a figure for the character of the Goddess of Eternia, who was present all the way back in the very first He-Man mini-comic from the toy line. Now, the Goddess was originally depicted with green skin before that design evolved into what became Teela, but what's really cool is that in the sixth wave of Origin figures, they are releasing a recolor of this toy, which is the Goddess, complete with green skin and green outfit. So, if you're a bit of a completionist, you can have a toy that functions as Teela and then have a separate toy that functions as the Goddess and keep them separate. And then you can choose whether or not to keep Teela's little classic Cobra hood thing on. Let's go ahead and put it on her. You just kind of slide it over her head here. It's got a hole that just kind of goes over her little high bun thing. And then you just fasten it in the back, like many of the other like harnesses and chest armors and all that. It just pops in there. And then she gets this appearance, which makes her look much more wild, much more like some sort of nature goddess. And really, either look works. Now, personally, I like her base design so much that I think the Cobra armor kind of obscures it, which is why I'm glad that they are making a separate character for the goddess. So if I want to, I can just leave the hood off and just have a more traditional looking Teela. But that's totally up to you how you want to do that. I think she looks very cool either way. Here's a quick comparison shot with the Evil-Lyn figure that I just reviewed previously to this. And like I said, same exact body type. You can see all the same designs on their clothing, the bracers, the boots, all that stuff. Just new colors and a new head. And I gotta say, I think the Teela head just comes out looking better. Like the quality of the face just seems, I don't know, more real looking. Evil-Lyn's looks, I don't know, just more flat and kind of painted on. So I think they did a little bit better with the Teela head sculpt. And personally, I like the colors a lot more. They're much more natural looking and a lot less loud. I think my issue with the Evil-Lyn figure is just how obnoxiously bright yellow they made the skin on this new version, which I think the original was just a lot more toned down and a little more natural looking. And then when you get like the light blue, it's kind of too light blue and really clashes against the really dark blue on her. So she seems oversaturated. Whereas Teela looks like a person, a thing that can exist in real life, you know? So overall, I think she's just a bit easier on the eyes. And then, you know, it doesn't hurt that she comes with literally 3 times the accessories of Evil-Lyn, so much better value for that $15. And that completes our look at the MOTU Origins Teela figure. Overall, I really, really like this toy, even more so than I liked Evil-Lyn. Like, Evil-Lyn was great, and, you know, it was my first showcase at the female, figure body type for the MOTU line. And, you know, has the great posability and everything, but she felt very lacking, and the colors were, you know, kind of an eyesore. Teela kind of corrects all that. She's got a good number of accessories, she's got a really, really great head sculpt, and awesome colors. I love the white and gold outfit. It just looks so royal, so, you know, cool. I can't help but enjoy it. And then, of course, the fact that she can double as a goddess character, there's a lot of utility to be found here. So I really like her. And, it's good seeing one of the most major characters in Master of the Universe get a really nice update to her original toy. So I'm happy this exists. I was able to pick her up for a retail price. Where did I get her from? Was she Amazon or Walmart? One of those. I think she was Amazon. I got her for retail still. So you should still, if you haven't picked her up already, be able to find her for pretty cheap compared to some of the other like Wave 1 and 2 figures. Like Beastman is still a bajillion dollars everywhere I look. But, I think she's really, really cool. And if you're someone that likes He-Man or, you're looking at starting a collection, she's a great place to start because not only does she look great, she's just a really fun little action figure and can do so much more than the original toy. So I fully recommend picking her up. I think you'll like her a lot. Of course, that is just my opinion of this toy. So now I want to know what you all think of Teela. Do you see a place in your collection for this figure? Do you like her? Do you not like her? What do you think of, the fact that she can be the goddess character also? Would you buy her specifically for that or maybe hold off for the green one? Any and all feedback's always welcome in the comments section. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to toss it a like. Let YouTube know you want to see more stuff like this. If you do want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always get a heads up when I post something new. I thank you for joining me for this look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Teela figure. And with all that said, I will see you next time.